What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Gravity the Beast. Welcome back to the Big Cap. No bullshit, just conversations about passions, philosophies, and perspective. We missing Twan today,
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
but you already know, got the homies with me. Special guest, introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Bash.
What's up? It's Tone.
Word, make sure you're talking to the mic. But today's episode is interesting because I actually had a, a debate with a friend of mine last night over this particular topic, and it was crazy that most people don't really think about it as deep, right? So I had heard from a different podcast or from something, I think it was the Overdose, and he had a live stream, and the topic of can you have a platonic friendship with a woman came up, right? The whole thing came up where he was talking to these four girls or three or four girls, and the girl kept making a joke saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm his acquaintance because he says he doesn't have any female friends, and he feels like they can't, like a man can't really have platonic female friends." And then I asked that to a homie of mine, homie Josh. He's been on before. He said that he feels that it's possible, but then the whole point of attraction and how you treat a friend and all these different aspects of that topic started to spill out. So before I even get into any of those intricacies, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel men and women can truly have platonic friendships?
I really want to go last on this topic, so please go ahead, man.
Okay, so I feel like Josh, he got a point. I'm not gonna fraud. I'm on Josh's side with this because it's just like, yeah, we can have a friendship as a man and female,
Yeah.
but at what point does it end? Like, you feel me? Like, is there boundaries? Is there and plus we gotta make that noticeable. We gotta make that communication.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So it's just like, how far does it go?
To where it's like you know what type of friendship you have with this person.
Yes.
See, I'm. Well, you want to go? You said you want to go last.
No, listen. My opinion to this kind of relates to, like he said, how far does it go before it cuts off?
Mm-hmm.
Well, out of respect, it kind of determines always on the female,
Mm-hmm.
because we can hang out day and night. Nothing happens. We're chilling. At this point, we established, yes, we are friends, but at the end of the day, what's that line that goes from friend to, at this point now, we're just really comfortable with each other?
Mm-hmm.
And once the girl establishes in this situation, then we can kind of have an idea, because if we were to do something, then unfortunately, that it's not really something that guys usually commit first.
Mm-hmm.
We can show them that we want something more, but at the end of the day, it's the girl that decides, all right, we're just friends, or you know what, let's see what's up.
Well, all right, I have to disagree with you there because think about it like this:
Mm-hmm.
if there was an unattractive person to you, like
Mm-hmm.
you see an unattractive girl, but she cool,
Mm-hmm.
she's super cool,
Mm-hmm.
and completely turns you off sexually, but
Mhm.
you are like, yo, she's dope, and you become friends with her.
Mm-hmm.
In that particular scenario, she's not deciding to take it further or not. You just are not attracted to her in that way.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have to realize, like, if even though she's ugly,
Uh-huh.
but she's a cool ass person,
Yeah.
the guy still might want more than just being friends. It won't matter, because at that point,
But we already established you're not attracted. It's one thing to say she's not physically appealing, right?
yeah,
And then, but she's super cool, so you grow a different type of attraction to where you're like, yeah, she might not look the best, but I still want to fuck. That's different because even though you're not saying she just became beautiful overnight,
yeah.
you're still attracted to the point of wanting that. You know what I mean? Try not to bump the table, bro.
I do see what you're saying, but to me, when it comes to platonic friends, that whole scenario right there, it makes me feel like, okay, so let's look at it one way. You meet a girl, obviously, off the bat, there's always going to be that tension of whether or not you're either talking to this girl or this girl's talking to this guy, because either one, they think I'm cute, or two, they just want to have a conversation with me, or
Yeah.
three, they want something. There could be more things to add to that, but in most part, that's kind of like what it is.
Yeah.
And then once you start hanging out with them, then you realize, well, if you didn't have any sexual or physical attraction to this person, then there's nothing to worry about. If the girl has felt the same way, everything's good. I
Right,
feel like that's
right,
how
right.
future platonic friendships happen because, in my opinion, yes, I do believe it exists. It's true. It can happen. I mean, whether or not one time went through your head that you wanted to either really want to be with this person, like just for one time, probably crossed your mind.
Yeah.
But there's a level of respect that us as men keep
Yeah.
when it comes to talking to females that even regardless of whether she thought you was cute, whether she thought you were ugly, that she just wants to hang out, there's still that percentage of a chance that something might lead to something different.
That is actually well. Tom,
So-
before I even
Now, I just want to say this: we're talking for ourselves. You feel me?
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not talking about the general males right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my eyes, to me, a general male's perspective is like a pussy is a pussy,
Mm-hmm.
a vagina is a vagina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So if they're gonna become friends with a female, it's gonna be whatever. But as I said, we're talking about us. You feel
Yeah.
me? So I just want to throw that out there.
Well, let me ask something real quick.
Yeah.
Let's just ask ourselves right now: do we currently have any female friends that are strictly
Yes.
just friends?
Yes.
Girls you can hang out with
Yes.
literally one-on-one. Go out to have a dinner just because both of y'all are hungry, but know that y'all just friends.
Yeah.
I do not go out with these girls, but we are friends.
So why
I
don't
know
you?
that.
But why don't you go out with them?
Because, well, I in a relationship and just
Oh, so you
respect
aren't-
my
okay.
relationship.
Yeah.
Just
Just the
I didn't know.
optics.
First,
just,
I didn't know you
you
were.
know.
That's why I wanted
So,
to ask that question.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, I want to get into this a little bit further, right? Because the way you said, if it's established on both sides that both of you are not into each other in any type of sexual way,
Yeah.
it's truly platonic. And I agree with that, right? Now, here's where the issue came from, right? Because, well, let me not say issue, but the little X factor that I thought was really funny. So, in the overdose live stream that I had saw that brought this idea up, or this whatever up, he asked the girl, "Do you feel as though you have true platonic friends, male friends?" She said yes. Then he went further and was asking, "So, do you think if you were to hit them up and say you wanted to fuck, what would they say? Would they be down? Because if they would be down, that's not truly platonic, right?" Now, that's where we get into it, because it's not saying that you can't have a good friendship with a woman as a man. It's not saying that. But if if the man knows in the back of his mind, if he ever got the opportunity to hit, he would, then it's not truly platonic. It's a good friendship. And there's nothing wrong with it not being platonic as long as you are not in a relationship, whatever. But then when you don't know, or when the woman knows the guy likes him, you can't call him a platonic friend just because you're not fucking him, because he would be ready to. And then being attracted to a person, wanting to keep the option to fuck open with a person affects how you interact with a person, opposed to a platonic person. And we got into that a bit because I said, as soon as you, as a man or even as a woman, vice versa, think about this friend sexually, whether or not you're like, yeah, I want to fuck them or I wouldn't fuck them. But if you think if they were down, would you? If you're thinking about them sexually, it's not platonic.
I just want to say, like, statistically,
Yeah.
everybody thinks about fucking.
No. But it depends on the like, for example, right? You ever watch like what is it, like My 600-Pound Life or 500 pound, whatever the fuck the show is, where
Yeah.
you have these crazy obese whatever. Now, I'm not saying that there ain't somebody for everybody, but me knowing you, I don't think that you would watch that show and see one of the women's and think about him sexually.
No, sir.
But I do think you might have a conversation with one of those women and be like, damn, you cool as fuck, man. Why you got this way? But like, yeah, you cool. Like, you could have a conversation with the person, but you would never think about them sexually, even though you could develop certain friendships with them. Attraction is the factor. I said true platonic male-female relationships it's only truly platonic if you look at that person like a relative. If you would never fuck your relative,
Okay,
you
so
could have a
let's
crazy
understand
dope
something
relationship.
for the record. What exactly is a platonic friendship?
And this is where the conversation got deeper. It got to the point where we had to Google the definition of the word platonic.
Okay.
And the word, I don't have my phone on me over it, but it was the,
Let me see if I can.
it was intimacy and affection, but not sexual.
So
Best friends, just not without benefits. You feel me? Like that's it.
intimate and affectionate, but not sexual.
Yeah.
The relationship is purely platonic. So,
And that's it. You're like when it comes to most men, and this is me generalizing based on how I particularly view it. Most men's truly, and let me not even put it into the male category, but most people, in my opinions, platonic relationships are with family members. If you're a man and you have a friend that's a female,
right.
you could have a dope friendship, but if you would ever fuck, that's not platonic. That being said, you have friends, like you could be a man or a woman and have a friend that's a man or a woman, and you build a relationship over the years, and maybe in the earlier age there was those sexual thoughts, and then you grow to an age where it's more family, and you would never fuck this person. It's truly platonic at that point. You done went through the point of thinking about them sexually.
Yeah.
And then you get to a certain type of relationship where it's like, no.
Now, what if y'all
And then
had the
completely-
X though?
Right.
What
you
if
had
y'all
the
went
what?
through the X of like?
Of it? Yeah, it's not platonic.
So, if I went and fucked my friend, right?
Yeah.
My old friend, like say we have a 3-year relationship.
Yeah.
And the first year we was fucking,
Yeah.
having fun and all that.
Yeah.
And then last 2 years we're just straight friends, nothing but like family members. What do you count that?
Well, the question is, you were fucking the first year, and then the next 2 years you're just friends, right? Would you have fucked? Have you decided that, like, yeah, nah, I don't even look at her like that no more. Like, I would never fuck her again. Like, nah, like, that's my sis. Have you gotten to that point?
Yes.
So if you truly feel like, yeah, nah, that's literally my sis, I would never, ever. That's like, I think back on that, like, that's weird now.
So
like,
there
where
is a
we're
way
at.
that you can have
That-
a
that's-
relationship
it
and a
becomes
platonic
platonic.
relationship.
Because if it starts off sexual, it wasn't a platonic relationship.
But then now it is.
It can be at that point, yeah. If you truly look at them, it's like, yeah, I would never. If you like, damn, it's crazy how we was fucking when we first met. Cause now you my sis. Would never do that again. If it was that type of like, fam,
So wait, so
then
you
it's platonic.
just to understand in your views, as long as there's no sexual relations, but they can think about it.
No, that's actually where me and Josh had our conflict, right?
Okay.
Because he's like, yo, even if, like, yeah, she might hit me up if I was horny and I'd be down to fuck, but we've never actually fucked, and it's always been a good friendship, so how is it not platonic? But then that's where we kept pulling up the definition, and I guess you could say we were interpreting it differently, because he said, if I didn't fuck, then it's platonic. I said, if you would fuck, if you have thought about fucking, if you would consider that, if given the opportunity, then it's not platonic. Truly, because regardless of how you see them as a friend, you still are open to the possibility of fucking them. You will therefore act differently. And I'm not saying completely differently. I'm not saying you're going to be a simp trying to do whatever to get the pussy. That's not the point.
Yeah.
But the point is you act differently with a family member than you would a regular female who you could, in a blue moon, if lightning strike, you could fuck her. Opposed to even if lightning strikes, fuck that. I'm never, ever. You know what I mean? It's different. When you, like, and then we get into attraction. You have, like, I would hope, most people have at least somebody in their family that's attractive. That being said, I would hope you would never, ever think about them sexually because they're your family member. But that being said, you look at them, they're attractive, but they're family. You could have a friendship with them. You could just have a auntie, a mommy, a cousin, a sister, whatever, or the vice versa for the female perspective. You could have them be attractive, but you don't look at them sexually. You can say, yes, you're attractive, but I'm not attracted to you, and rationalize that difference. Whereas with a female friend or a friend of the opposite sex for most people, you look at this person, or let me specify on men real quick. We tend to look at the female and be like, damn, she bad. Most of the time, if we see a girl that we're attracted to, we think about shooting our shot. maybe we get to know her and we're like, yeah, nah, she's not into me. We're only not fucking because you didn't want me, but I was attracted to you and I wanted to fuck off rip. I got to know you in the process of trying to fuck you. I got to know you in the process of trying to fuck you, and you wasn't trying to fuck me. So you're cool though. I got to know you. So yeah, we could be friends. And maybe I go into a relationship and maybe I do whatever and maybe I'm single again. And if she was to hit me up, I'm probably going to fuck because I approached you initially because I wanted to fuck.
See,
I mean, we could have whatever type of relationship and be friends, but then, like you said, niggas be looking at pussy like pussy, whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was never truly a platonic friendship. Even though we could have talked about our lives, our dreams, our scars, our passions and depressions. We could have talked about everything in life, and she could know me better than anybody else in this world, and I could know her better than anybody else in this world. It doesn't invalidate the friendship. It just means it wasn't platonic. And Josh was like, "What you mean? No, it's like, yo, if you didn't fuck," I'm just like, literally, the moment you make that possibility a possibility, it's not platonic, and I guess it just the way he perceived it, he just didn't like how I worded it. But it's nothing dirty about saying, yeah, that's my friend. People don't go around saying platonic friends. It's just implied. But then when you end up fucking your friend, you're like, like you were never truly platonic.
You see, I feel like this is kind of like leading towards the like. You feel like how all the females on IG these days are posting like the 93%. I feel like you're kind of touching on that.
What's that?
Just a
what
little
you
bit.
mean the 93%?
So the 93% is like a sexual harassment thing. That's why I've been noticing a lot of females been. You haven't. Well, like all of my storyline, that's all I see is like the 93%.
Yeah.
It's not males or whatever. It's all females, something. So this is what that is like all males think like, oh, she's attractive, so I'ma holler at her.
Yeah.
Like as soon as she walk by, ayo shorty, like you feel me?
Yeah.
They're gonna do that thing. So that's like the 93%. They call that the 93%.
Oh, they said most men are like that?
Yeah, the
Oh,
sexual
wow.
harassment thing. So I feel like this whole conversation thing is kind of tying into that.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't really know. At
That's
the end of the day,
interesting.
it's like
I mean, I kind of see what you mean because, like, when we talk about it not being platonic, right?
Yeah.
It can make it seem as though you just trying to get the pussy. And then they could, like, kind of tie you in
Say
and be
it's
like,
sexual
oh,
harassment,
yeah.
like, you feel
I
me?
see what you mean.
Like-
I see what you mean.
That's why sometimes it's always best to, no matter who you meet, you have to get to know them some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, unfortunately, sometimes times are hard, and you just want to meet the person and do what you got to do and bounce. And then there's times when you meet somebody and you really want to talk to them.
But also, just like men, women think the same. And they say in the first 30 seconds, 10 seconds, women think, would I fuck him or not?
Yeah.
Just like men. So it's like,
There's not a single girl that
feel
us
me?
men have ever had a conversation with that if we thought they was cute, we didn't think how we would be fucking them in the first seconds.
Yeah.
But then it also depends on how long we think about that, because at the end, if you're just like, nah, it's just some person I'm just gonna talk to, then yeah, I mean, fine, whatever. But if the conversation goes on and you keep thinking about how you're gonna fuck this girl,
It's going to affect you.
it's gonna affect you. And the same thing, and I'm pretty sure just like us guys are talking about it, I'm sure females have talked about it plenty of times, whether or not we can be friends with guys and not fuck them, or, you know, it's the same thing, because we're the same. When a girl sees a guy and she thinks they're attractive, she's going to be like, yo, he cute, and like, shit, how's he do? And then just us girls, we were like, us guys talking to a girl, it's like, well, what do these girls do? So...
all right, so say if you got a real aggressive male, right, on a female and shit.
Yeah.
So the male, he keeps approaching a male or a female and shit, all types of sexual ways. The male or the female, she keeps like dishing it or whatever, keeps dissing it, all that. But it comes to like be like a thing after a year and all this.
What you mean?
Like, it becomes a problem with just the male on the side.
Like
Like-
if the What if the guy is coming at a woman aggressively and the woman turns him down,
But they're still like she's still on the friend side. You feel me?
she's still friendly with him?
Yeah, they're like
I don't know a
You
single
feel me?
woman that would stay
Oh.
around a guy who's abusing her first.
no,
No,
not like
no.
abuse,
Oh,
but
oh,
like
oh.
You mean
jokingly
like-
wise, like
And
Make
then
fun
he
of
ends
her?
up getting with her?
no, not at all. Just like
As friends.
yeah, as friends, like oh yo, like
Okay, so
I'm
if a
trying
guy comes to the
getting
girl,
you or whatever, and she's like, oh no, we're not like that type shit. We're just friends,
yeah,
and it's like it just keeps on being like that. What do you think of that?
that's not platonic. Because the guy is telling you he wants to fuck you.
Okay.
And y'all might be genuinely friends. He might be friends with you. A nigga is not going, if he really only wanted pussy and you was straight up not giving him no type pussy,
He wouldn't be there.
he would not be there.
He would've been
have
left.
to give a fuck about, to some
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah.
He has to actually enjoy your company and conversation.
Us men will try until we know we can't do it.
Yeah,
no
and when
more.
a nigga know he not
You
getting the
know?
pussy,
Definitely.
he unless you a simp nigga, cause I've been there. You got simp niggas that will literally, the girl straight up told them they're not into them. They've tried and they just hang around hoping that one day shit change.
Yeah.
If the whole time you just feeling hurt by this situation and you just hoping that you get it, yeah, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
But if you genuinely got to know this girl and everything is cool, like you like, yeah, fuck it, I ain't gonna get the pussy, but yeah, you cool though. We can still chill. And you become good friends with her, that's perfectly fine. It's nothing wrong with that. Just pay attention to the difference. You don't want to be there like Mr. Hopeful. It's just like,
Mr. Hopeful head ass.
yeah, Mr. Hopeful. It's like, I've been Mr. Hopeful. It's like,
Oh,
you
man.
gotta, don't be Mr. Hopeful.
Listen, in my experience, when it comes to platonic friendships and relationships,
Yeah.
I can say this: I have a lot.
Mhm.
The ones that I do, you know what continues a relationship? Because
What?
I feel like in relationships that are platonic, I feel like at the end of the day, the girls can I don't want to confuse anybody, but as soon as a girl says no, right,
Yeah.
the chances of them switching that up is very less than a guy just accepting the fact that, all right, I ain't gonna hit. This is literally just gonna be a friendship, and then that's it, right?
What you mean by that?
So like, when a girl says, "Nah," this once the man gets the idea that whatever's happening here is literally just gonna be as friends,
Mhm.
there's more of a chance that the girl is not gonna change how she is with you than a man is to change when she realizes that this isn't gonna happen the way he thinks it's gonna happen.
I feel you.
So it's like if I'm out with this girl and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to hit, but she's like, she's not really feeling me. She wants to be friends. Well, then, shit, she's probably just gonna stick with that no compared to how I'm gonna react to that no.
Yeah.
Because I'm still probably gonna want to fuck even though she just told me no.
There's still a lot of niggas
Yeah,
trying for years.
they're still
though.
trying. Like,
Trying for
if
years,
you
bro.
worth it, they'll
Years.
keep on trying
Feel
till the
me?
day they die.
Nah, yeah.
Years.
But what I'm trying to say is that in my life, in my scenario, is what helps us keep me going while I don't have to cross that line is some of these friends are like how you said, I'm not sexually attracted to them.
Yeah.
Like there's girls in my life that even though I may be dating someone or I have somebody, I still have these friendships because I know I'm never gonna try anything with them.
Yeah.
We literally can go to the mall or have food or spend a day together. I'm not gonna try anything because I'm not sexually attracted to you.
Right.
And that's how it's worked for me. For girls that are around me, if I'm not sexually attracted to you, shit, I could be your best friend.
Right. That's for most men.
And it's like, listen, I'm not like, we can hang out. I could come, listen, you could have a relationship yourself. I'm still going to be your friend. And I've had a lot of women in my life that I'm just friends with that have relationships. Of course, the other guy doesn't ever like me because what do they know about how our relationship is? But when it comes down to that, it's like, well, I ain't trying to fuck your girl or I don't want her. She's my friend. That's it.
Right.
That's just my opinion when it comes
See,
to it.
It's actually kind of funny you bringing up that last part, like being friends with her and like telling the dude, like, yo, I ain't trying to fuck your girl, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I had a situation where, and this ties into the platonic, non-platonic, right? There was a girl that I tried to get with. I was straightforward. She knew what I wanted. But she was upfront at the time talking about like she didn't know how she felt. She was getting over her ex and that, blah blah blah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. But I enjoyed talking to her, so we get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Time goes by. Time goes by. I'm never folding on wanting shit. I'm flirting with her, whatever. But it's still a genuine friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to the point where she ends up catching feelings for somebody else. I feel away, but I still enjoyed the friendship in spite of the feelings of wanting more for her. So I was still there. It wasn't like I was just waiting. I was just like, we were friends, like genuine friends. And then time goes by. I'm not messing with nobody, nothing, whatever. Then she ends up catching feelings for a different nigga. Again, it sucked, but we were just friends. And it was never platonic because had she came to me, I would have took her. But it wasn't that. So I'm dealing with my ex at the time. Low key, this is simp behavior because I was like trying to make her jealous and shit, but then really it didn't do shit because she wasn't into me. It was like she might feel a way based on what I'm telling her and then how it appears after the fact, but she wasn't into me. So eventually, I had to accept it. Truly.
Mm-hmm.
Figured out.
I had to accept it. I was like, you know what, whatever. And then I started messing with other girls. I'm talking to her about advice on other bitches. It was a genuine friendship. Still, it was not platonic. Because
So the whole time, nothing.
the whole time, I never got nothing from her except friendship, which I appreciated. It was a good friendship.
Yeah.
But it was never a platonic friendship because at every single point, I still would have been with her if given the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
To the point where, at the time, her boyfriend, who I knew from the past, got mad at me one time.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm hanging out with two friends that happen to live in her neighborhood. So I hit her up, and then she came out to see me. We were just talking a little bit. So she ends up, I'm walking her back to her crib. Then later that night, her mans hit me up, talking about like, yo, what you think you doing? You got my girl out here, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, he said a bunch of shit, like all worked up, feeling the way. And I'm like, bruh, she don't want me. She know how I feel. I know how she feel about you. We're friends. She be talking about you at different points. So it's like, nigga, I know what it is. You have nothing to worry. Why are you coming at me like this? Like, and it was funny. And then I pretty much explained it like, bro, if she wanted me, we would be together. So I don't get why you tripping. That being said, I don't know how I would feel on the opposite side. Like,
here, that's another topic right there in itself.
But like the opposite side of that would be weird. But the whole point is our friendship was never platonic. I got into a relationship with other people. It still wasn't platonic because I still thought about her that way. It was I never once was like, yeah, that's my shit. Nah, I always was wanting more.
Yeah.
It was never platonic, even though that was one of the best friendships I've ever had with a female. And it ended just because we drifted apart. I stopped really seeing her as much, like whatever. But literally, one of the best female friendships I ever had. It was so honest because I never pretended. Most niggas change how they act because they want to keep that possibility of pussy up. But I was real. She knew I wanted to fuck. She was brutally honest with me. It hurt. But it was like so fucking real. Like I appreciated her. And certain shit bugged me by how we would interact. Cause I'm like, damn, you really don't feel no way? Like, but it's like, yo, if somebody don't, they don't. You don't ask that with a family member that you got mad calm. Like when you really look at them like family, it's truly platonic. But when you want it or think about it or are open to it, because you could meet a girl, be like, damn, she bad as fuck. You never get the pussy, and one day you just like, damn, I don't even see you that way. Like,
So
yeah, you bad,
do you
but
count
you
that
be
as a
fucking.
problem?
It's not a problem. I feel like some people look at it as a problem. Like I was saying, Josh looked at it dirty. Because when a person says you can't truly be friends with a person, or a man can't truly have platonic female friends, Josh's instinct was to be like, nah, what you mean? Because he ends it on the act of fucking.
Yeah.
Whereas in the definition, it says affection and intimacy but not sexual.
And what definition?
Platonic. The definition
Okay.
of platonic. So within that, if you are open to them sexually, you currently think about them sexually, you broke the definition of platonic. Where him, it's like we actually have to have sex, but it doesn't says the act of sexual intercourse. It says, but not sexual. If you think about them in a sexual nature, you're not
Still
platonic.
sexual.
It's sexual. It's not platonic.
Yeah.
So we had a whole back and forth on the act versus the thought. I feel like it's as simple as the thought, because thoughts lead to actions.
Thoughts lead to actions. Yes, sir.
You think about shit and you do shit.
That's why the motherfucker
sir.
wanted to fight you for his girl.
Yeah.
Drunk, when you drunk, thoughts lead to
Yeah.
actions.
But
Yes,
like not
sir.
even just that, like because me, all right. So I've dealt with depression for a long time. So when I was younger, I went to therapy, and my therapist like wrote this kind of like little chart thing to kind of help me understand things, and it was like thoughts leads to feelings. Oh no, thoughts leads to actions. Actions lead to thoughts. Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to actions. And like this whole cycle of shit, where if you think something, you're gonna do shit, whether consciously or subconsciously, that affects you. If you tell yourself, man, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail,
You gonna fail.
you're gonna subconsciously do shit to make you fail. Versus when you say, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be rich, you're gonna be thinking about more ways to get rich. When you get into that, yo, damn, she bad. I'd fuck. I'd fuck. You don't gotta say it out loud. You just look at that person and think it.
But,
I'd
so you're
fuck.
trying more ways to fuck.
Don't think about it from that, because that would be consciously, right?
Yeah.
I think people try to ignore the subconscious shit.
Mhm.
Like, think about if me and you were talking, and I said some shit that maybe bugged you, right? And I'm not saying that you don't treat men and women the same, but I'm just saying, all right, maybe not use me. Let's say somebody that you haven't known as long, right?
Yeah.
And you're having a conversation. This is just a random dude. And they say something that offends you, you're going to react to them differently opposed to if that person was a female. And then even deeper, if that person was an attractive female. Even deeper, if that person was an unattractive female. You're more likely to treat an unattractive female like a random man. Because the one thing they share...
Random man.
No, I'm dead ass. You're more likely to
Yes,
treat
sir.
an unattractive female in the same way you would treat a random male. Because the one thing those two share in common is that you would never fuck them.
Yes, sir.
The
I
attractive
guess.
females, you're gonna treat them differently because, not to say that you won't feel the same emotions, but your actions based on your thought of fucking, that additional piece that the others don't share, is gonna affect how you treat them differently.
Can I say something real quick about that?
Yeah.
I kind of don't do that. I don't treat somebody different
Get closer.
because of the way they look. So this is what I do to kind of change that up a bit, because if you're attractive and by chance I talk to you, I'm still gonna be nice to you, because to me I'm still appreciative of even speaking to a woman like you.
Yeah.
If you're ugly or you're not that attractive to me, respectfully, I'm still gonna be nice, because at that point I'm just being nice because I feel like you still deserve to be spoken to nice, regardless of how you look to me. So,
Did I apply anything that was going against nice? Because it's still a difference. I'm not saying anything you said was off. I'm not coming at you. Because you should treat everyone the same.
yeah.
But you're not going to treat a man that you would never fuck the same way that you would treat a woman.
I agree.
that
No,
you would
because
possibly
there's
would fuck.
different levels of respect towards a man. Like if I'm opening the door, I don't know who's behind me. If it was another dude, I mean, like, I'm still gonna open the door, not because of any homosexuality or any feeling that way. It's out of
But
respect.
that's
As a
Same thing
human
about
being.
interaction.
It's a human
not that.
being.
Think more conversation, relationship, opposed to public interactions, quick stranger things.
Well, since we're talking about other men, because I'm not gonna intentionally be with another guy unless it's like my friend or something.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The type of friendship.
Yeah.
What you saying to him.
I forgot, but go ahead.
But like that's where we get into the type of friendships,
Right,
right?
right.
Because if the reason I brought up, if you see the unattractive chick,
Yeah.
you would never like to you
Mm-hmm.
unattractive to you, you would never fuck because you're not attractive.
Maybe I mean, unless
Now-
it's a bad day, you've had a few
Nah,
drinks.
bro. No, but
you
that's
might
that's
want
why
to
I brought
smash,
up,
you know,
'cause,
an
like,
ugly.
look, there's always everybody is attractive in
pussy.
some type of way, but that's
Actually,
but
when you say
700
that,
700
hold on.
pounds sweaty with sores.
But hold on.
Somebody gonna fuck that.
You,
bro.
hold on.
you,
Somebody
no,
gonna fuck that.
Listen,
Somebody-
there's a man for there's a woman for every man.
Yeah.
There's a man for every woman. But listen to this. You keep saying pussy's pussy. But what happens if we were all here sitting here and a 25-year-old dyke comes on walking through the door?
Pussy.
That's
is
pussy.
pussy.
Okay.
Technically, that's a
Bro.
pussy because
It comes
That's what
down
you
to attraction, though. It comes down to
Is
are
she
you
bad?
attracted to this person? Because like, look, no. Look, I feel like a lot of dudes have been there where you come across a chick and you like, damn, I would definitely fuck.
And what,
then
she's
she
a
gay.
lesbian?
Yeah, I'm like, damn, that's unfortunate.
you
But
can't control that,
you
guys.
can't.
It's-
But that's
it
the
is what it is.
that's what we're getting into, right?
Yeah.
Because if you truly have some level of attraction, like you said, there is a person for everyone, and I tried to imply that earlier
There
also.
is.
But when I said for you,
Mm-hmm.
if you were to see the 600-pound woman,
No, sir, I would not.
you would not. But if she was a cool person, you'll smoke a blunt with her, fuck it. And if she had a cool conversation, she could be a homie.
She could.
She could be a homie. You're not gonna judge her just because you're not gonna treat her wrong.
And I'm a defender, probably.
Right.
I mean,
but
most likely,
you're not
I'm a
gonna look
defender,
at her
yes, sir.
and treat her the same way as somebody you want to fuck.
I feel that.
And I feel like that is the key difference that, like, before Josh was trying to ignore that part where it's like, nah, I don't gotta treat her no way. I feel you. I'm not saying, but when you say you don't have to treat her in a way that you're trying to fuck, that makes it sound like you're actively trying to fuck. Opposed to just understanding that since you would fuck, there are other subconscious things that you do, whether you peep or not. You maybe, well, with your homie, you might, like, of course you said, like, opening the door for a person. There's nothing wrong with that, sexual about that, right? But just as a random example, not to be taken literally, but just for something that you might not be able to point out. Let's say you open the door for a dude, you open the door for a woman, but you don't open the door for a dude. Now, I'm not talking about opening the door specifically, but I'm just saying it could be something like that, something as simple as that. Subconsciously, you see the woman, you want to be nice. When you see a dude, you might not think about it. You might just be a nice guy, but we're not talking about the door specifically, but just certain things, the way you interact. A girl that you are cool with, that you would never fuck, you're going to be more blunt with her opposed to maybe you're slightly nicer to the girl that you want to keep that opportunity to fuck open.
I feel you on like it matters on what the person looks like. You feel me? Like if the female, like if you could see that ass from the front, like Doja Cat said, like come on, now.
But see, that's your personal
Come on
attraction.
now.
That's
yeah,
what it comes
that
down
is
to.
you though, bro.
It's personal
that's
attraction.
you.
That's most males. I'm
with
not,
you.
That's most males. Like not just me. Most males like butt, like big butt.
It's
You feel
kind of
me?
it's a
Like,
side note. Hold
Nice
on.
shaped butts.
It's
Nice
we don't want to
shaped
get too
butts.
sidetracked, but there is something I have to say to that.
yeah.
It's just as much as when, all right, so we all have girlfriends and we're all out to the mall. It's Friday night, you know, it's pretty much damn near packed at the mall during that time, anyways. Hella niggas around.
Yeah.
All of our significant others have fat asses, and they wear the craziest shit.
Yeah.
Shit, we fly too, but yet we see a nigga walking down and he stares at her ass. Are y'all gonna be mad because he stared at her ass?
No.
But you would be mad if your girl turned around and said something to him about the ass, staring at it.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, in that particular scenario, that is kind of like a different topic when we talk about being in relationships. But just to address that part, if my girl is out with me and she is wearing something like that, I'm not gonna be tripping because at the end of the day, like, let's say we live together in that particular scenario, I saw her get dressed and we walked out the house together and we both knew we was looking good and she there for me and for our company that we're with, and Like, I'm not gonna trip if a nigga looking at my girl. I'm like, well, yeah, my girl bad. It's like,
See me, yeah.
what,
I'm
I'm a
that type of
bitch of you?
nigga be like, yeah, my girl bad. Slap
It's
that
like,
ass. What you talking
nah,
about? If he
facts.
looking at
No,
that,
the
if
reason
he
why I
looking at
say
butt,
that
I'm gonna
is,
slap it.
is
Like,
to
come
reference
on
to
now.
what he said about, when we stare at a guy, like I stare at a girl, it's like, well, we can tell if they got a fat ass looking by the front of them sometimes or side, and it's like, well, what's it like when we're out with our significant others and then someone else does that?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, women, we can be friends with them. We want to fuck them. We want relationships with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's all up to what they allow.
I disagree with that because I feel like it really comes down to both sides. A woman, you're not gonna
does,
want to
but-
fuck every woman you see.
No, but at the same time, it's like, listen, we can be friends, right? Once you've established that, there's still residual.
What about platonic friends though specifically? Can men like we had this whole talk? Can men and women be truly platonic friends?
Yes.
Now let's
I
say
think
to
yes.
attractive woman. Let's just say
No, yes.
to point blank
Absolutely.
period, just an attractive woman, like top tiered, just 10, a dime, a fucking dime. Nicki Minaj.
If your aunt was a top tier 10 dime, are you gonna fuck her?
No.
Right. That's my point.
But that's
Okay.
family, and
No,
I
no,
know
no,
that.
hold on,
But that's
hold on,
family.
Your
hold on,
and I know
friends
that.
have to.
That's
but
family.
You
and I
gotta
know
view
that.
your friends like family.
Hold on, though. But
If they not really, if you don't look at them that way and treat them in that way, is it real friends?
wait a minute. You say if we look at our aunt, would we look at her the same way?
If she
That's
was a top tier,
family, bro.
Right,
That's-
right,
that's a
right,
whole
right,
different-
right.
That's
a
a
whole
But that's
platonic
family.
friend.
You're right. I'm not
That's
telling
a
you
true
wrong.
platonic
Incest
friend.
It's
topic,
just
that's like-
Exactly.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But
that.
what I'm saying is, what if you didn't know that?
What?
See, we look at people a certain way until we realize things about them. So, for example, if I meet someone at a family reunion, chances are within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be introduced to that person if I didn't know them and find out their family. But in those 10 minutes, it could have been that dime ass fine aunt that I have that I could have been staring across the street from the playground trying to see, well, damn, she is bad. I'm trying to hit that. And then 10 minutes later, you don't find out she's your aunt.
Yeah. See,
So automatically, I'm like, oh, nah, forget
but
it. Like, I'm.
but within
it's a
that
wrong
scenario,
scenario,
no,
though.
but within that scenario, that doesn't apply to the friendship part because
Yeah.
you're just meeting them and you had your initial thought of they're bad.
But you asked if I s- would I sleep with my aunt if she was a 10.
True,
But
true,
it's
true,
like,
true,
but
true,
I,
true.
But if you don't know
I
she's
might
your
have, I
aunt-
might have had I before I knew she was my aunt.
But yeah, but that I can see where you're coming from with that. But that's like a obviously if you didn't know and she was just a bad bitch, of course. But if you know that that's your aunt and you hold her to that regard, that
Exactly.
position,
No.
then no. And then you have to view your family and your friends as similarly.
I want to say like, like, at what point do you know that this is your family? This is your blood, like your friend, your female friend.
Yeah.
How do you know? You can say, "Oh, this is my cousin. This is my sister.
Yeah.
This is my blood."
Mhm.
Oh, like we have that friendship. Like,
Yeah,
how do you know? Like, if
that's
even
person to person.
even
That
if
is person to
you,
person.
uh,
Because I'll tell you
Well,
right now.
continue,
feel that.
continue.
No, because what I'm saying is like, right now, the one person that I do know that to me is my platonic friend, I knew she was family. Probably when maybe like she was there for me when I needed somebody the most. But that's me though. It could be for many other reasons to other people, But at that point, I knew I'm like, yo, I see you as my sister.
Right.
I don't see you as nothing more than just my bro. Like I'll hit
And
you
you
up,
would never
we can
fuck.
hang
You
out.
would
I would
never
never
fuck.
fuck. Hell
Right.
no.
There you
Hell
go.
no. If any, like I'm friends with her significant other,
Yeah.
and it's like, and we have one understanding. Like yo, like I
Even if
look,
she was single again, you would never fuck.
never.
Yeah.
I
Right,
would
right.
never see her like that because it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, I see you as family.
Right.
I see you as my friend. You're my bro. Like, if anything happened to you, it would be like losing a sibling.
Right.
And that's how it
Right.
is. And like I said, it happened when I realized that I knew I can count on her. And then plus, honestly, in my opinion, bro, it's always nice to have a good female friend around.
I agree.
Even
Yeah,
even
I
even
agree.
if you ain't never gonna
Platonic
fuck.
though, platonic.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're not fucking though.
Cause no, like you said, it's always great to have a good female friend around. I agree with that, but most of the time, it isn't a platonic female friend.
No,
Now
but
say-
that also depends on who you allow in your life.
Now, say,
Yeah.
what if it's like
I mean,
a true friendship, a true ass friendship?
Yeah, if it's truly a
Y'all
platonic
just-
friendship, then great.
Now, y'all just happened to get drunk one day, and y'all said, "Oh, let's try this."
Yeah, that wasn't a platonic friendship
No.
because the whole time you thought about
But
fucking each other.
they really
because if
didn't
sober
think
you
about
No,
it.
they did.
because if you're drunk you thought about it, sober you thought about
All
it.
right,
Yeah.
I feel that. Because I'm on
But
the same way.
but there's nothing wrong with that though, because you have your friends that are literally friends, great friends. It doesn't have to be platonic, and I feel like people will hear me say something like that and think, so why are you saying it's dirty that my like it's like they're making it seem as though I'm calling their friendships with women dirty, or making it seem like, oh, you trying to say I'm just plotting on her the whole time, or vice versa. No, no, that's not what I'm saying. But just Google the fucking definition of platonic.
Yeah.
If you're open to fucking, it's not platonic. It is what it is. I've had female friends that turn me down, and I'm like, yeah, I still want to fuck, but we're good friends. I've had female friends where I've never once thought about fucking them, and then literally they came on to me, and shit went past where I thought it would go, but then I was just like, nah. Like, after the fact, nah. And then I had female friends that I never once thought about it, never did do anything.
Oh, there's so many regrets.
Sister. I
Now,
have no regrets.
I gotta say, I agree everything what you're saying. Like, I feel you to like a key point. Like, if you didn't think about fucking that bitch, then shit, y'all friends. Fuck it. Like y'all might as well be best friends. Fuck it. Like
Now,
I feel
to
that.
me, that I always found as an issue when it comes to platonic friendships
Yeah.
is after you guys have already established the point that nothing's ever going to be more than just me and this other person just being friends and being there,
Yeah.
is once one of them or both of them actually do have relationships, and those persons, can you still have a platonic relationship or friendship while still being in a relationship?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, honestly, those are the only healthy friendships to have.
Because
when you're
even
in
though
a
I agree with
relationship.
you, and I do believe, yes, it can be, is it going to be easy for your significant other to be okay with that?
If it's truly platonic, yeah.
Because mind you, here's the thing. We live in a world today where it's very hard to not see a man and a woman spend time together and not think that they're either together or they're fucking or whatever. So it's like, if you had a friend that was a girl and you never once fucked, every time y'all hang out, y'all just chill.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend sees that, and like, if she texts you right now who you with and you're with that girl, you're gonna tell her that
Yeah.
and expect her to be okay with that?
Yes.
Because
She would have to
in
understand.
today's,
the
I mean, I
friendship.
don't know, correct me if I'm
And
wrong.
me,
In
that's
today's
personal.
society, it's hard.
I feel that because like nowadays he's right. Like cheating and all that shit
Yeah,
is
well,
normalized.
all
That
the
shit
shit
is
that's going on.
normalized. Like threesomes, all that shit is normalized. All that out of the world bullshit is normalized. But like if you come in front to front with your John, like saying, "Yo, I'm about to go chill with such and such," there should be like, that's a form of boundary right there. You feel me? That's like, all right, I'm gonna jump the wall, and like if you okay with it, you should come with me type shit. Like, you feel me?
I'm with you.
So if she's not okay with it, she's gonna say no. She gonna block that shit down. She gonna say no, don't do that or whatever. You feel me? As long as you keep that communication.
Right.
Right.
But if you don't have that communication, then shit is going fucked up. Shit is going fuck up. At some
Honestly,
point.
I can't even think about the conversation of me having with my significant other saying, "Hey, real quick, so I just wanted to mention to you, I have this girl best friend. We always hang out. We don't fuck, but I'm just letting you know there's gonna be times when I'm hanging out with her."
Now,
And then expect that reaction to be like, "Oh
Well,
yeah, no,
see,
yeah, you
but-
good? I mean, shit, I ain't worried about that."
a
She
lot of
should meet
females
them.
have male best friends nowadays.
Right.
Now, what if your female has a male best friend and she's like,
And
oh,
that
this
to
is my
me
best
is
friend and all
If
this.
it's truly platonic, and I feel like with most of the male best friends, they're not truly platonic.
It's not nowadays. It's not. You can't
But
like
it
nowadays.
has to be
it's
truly
not.
platonic, or else no. Like my female like sister is gay, so it's different. I'm not gonna look at my girl. I would hope my girlfriend isn't that insecure to the point where she looks at my gay female best friend and thinks that there's any possibility of us doing anything.
I don't. I think yours is okay. I think a girl can accept that. But,
Right. So if I say, yo, I'm with so and so
But if we best friends
that
with a
I've
10,
fucking known since I was 12, it's like, this is my sister. She's been to my house. I've been to her house. I know her mom. She knew mine. We like are close. If anything happened to somebody in her family, if somebody in her family passed away, I'm probably going to the funeral with her. It's like we're that close. So if you got an issue with me being with her because she's a female and you're jealous, that's not the right way to look at it. Now, if she was straight, if you looked at her and felt what's the word I'm looking for? You felt insecure about her looks. You thought, oh my God, he might want to have sex with her. But it's the exact same relationship where it has never been that and it will never be that. You have to accept that. Because my particular scenario, a chick probably wouldn't have a problem. But if it was all that other shit, oh my God, she's prettier than me. They're around each other a lot. But that is my sister. Now, when we talk about nature and most men want to fuck a beautiful woman. So I could see why she's insecure seeing me hang around this beautiful woman all the time. But that's where the communication part comes back up. You need to understand, if this is truly my friend, my sister,
It's all about communication.
why are we not hanging out together? Why
Yes,
are you
sir.
not? Why haven't you come with me to go chill with her? Why hasn't she come to the house while you were there?
Yes, sir.
Why haven't we gone out to eat together?
Yes, sir.
Get to know her.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. I have no issue with that because this is my sister. If we get married one day, this gonna be your sister-in-law.
Feel that.
You gotta look at it that way, or else it truly ain't platonic.
but I will say this though: if you don't say that,
Yeah.
if you don't communicate that to your
It's fucked up.
you're gonna be fucked.
It's
Because
fucked up.
let's just face the facts here. Like, no female is gonna be okay with a man that they truly love or they like or they fuck with
With a female.
to be with a female all day, all alone, thinking that they're gonna just be chilling.
But you
you
wouldn't
know,
have an issue if I was at my sister crib, playing with my nieces and nephews.
But that's different,
different
though,
though,
bro.
bro.
That's
That's
what
a
I'm
whole
talking
different
about.
Story.
But if you're in a
That's-
platonic friendship,
but they don't know that
That's
yet.
no, but that's
alright,
communication.
so-
you need. It's up to you as the partner to explain your relationship
Well, that's
to
not-
show.
That's not gonna be the
the
first thing I
relationship.
bring up to a girl I just meet. They're like, hey, just want to let you know I got a lot of girlfriends, like friends that are just like platonic as fuck.
There's
Only
definitely
if
a
that's
difference.
the truth. Because
I mean, I ain't listen.
more than
That may be
likely
the truth,
they ain't
but
all platonic.
that may be the
I just
truth,
want
but
to
I
say
ain't gonna be
there's
starting
definitely a
off.
difference between platonic and family. There's definitely a difference.
I agree, but
yeah,
I
because
feel,
at the
I
end
feel
of the
like
day,
it's
it's not
easier.
blood.
Yeah, it's not blood, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it's easier to view it on a family level. You could let's say a family level
But
is
you
a 10.
you still kind of compare it though.
I feel like it should be compared. It should be. It's the difference between Super Saiyan 1 and 2. They both Saiyans. Look at them like Saiyans. Only family is Super Saiyan 2, and then friends is Super Saiyan.
But now, if I'm trying to get to Super Saiyan 2, right, and if I'm at Super Saiyan 1, if I don't just want to work that hard to get to Super Saiyan 2, there ain't no fucking need to get to Super Saiyan 2.
I mean, but if you're not that close with a person, well, in this particular scenario, what we talking about, being at that platonic level or being platonic, period, in my opinion, would mean you have to view them as family. I only say that to emphasize that you wouldn't fuck your family. So if you don't look at them as at the same level as a blood family member or as a family member, period, I get that. But I only bring up family to emphasize the not fucking, not looking at them sexually, so on and so forth.
What I meant by that Super Saiyan 2 is like Super Saiyan 2 is your family and shit. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
And
yeah.
Super Saiyan 1 is just like your girl that you call your family.
Well,
But you
nah,
feel me?
I mean-
It's just like you can't make that transition. Like, I mean, if y'all like, I mean, nah, I can't.
Okay,
I can't
all
even
right.
say
So
y'all
look at
make.
it this way, right?
Y'all can make
Let's
that
say
transition.
base level is friend. Super Saiyan 1 is platonic friend. Super Saiyan 2 is family. Or I would say even Super Saiyan 3 is family. And then you got that middle ground. It's like you got different levels of friends, but just as far as the platonic level, you got the base level friend. You would probably fuck, but whatever.
Okay.
And then, like, you're not focused on that. You just a friend, but in the back of your mind, if it ever popped up, you know you would, or maybe you thought about it, got an opportunity, you would. That's base level, because that doesn't mean you're
So-
not still a friend.
Now I feel like now we're basing it off of time.
Well, no, because
A lot can happen in these conversations. guys.
no, time is not a good base for friendships.
Why
gotta
not?
Have you gotta have somebody that's been friends with you for 20 years snitch on you, you go to jail.
Yes, sir.
And then you gotta have a friend that you only knew for 3 years take the bid for you so you could go live your life.
Yes, sir.
Time don't mean shit. At the end of the day, people are people. People's energies interact with each other in different ways. Some like I've been around certain homies where they see somebody and they just like, yo, I don't like that dude. Like it's funny to me. It's dumb. He would never go out and just randomly fuck with somebody. But something about what he saw in that particular person he did not like, without even talking to the guy. Whereas you could have certain people that see each other and they just click, boom, everything is cool. Some people might be around each other for years and don't get cool until something bring them together, and then boom. It's like a relationship. You can't just say time. It really do come down to just your relationship. So you can't look at it and say how long till we get to that platonic part. You could meet the girl March 1st. You want to fuck. Maybe you do fuck. You fucking you like, yo, I didn't like that. That shit felt weird. She say the same thing. But y'all like each other. Y'all hang out a lot. Y'all never fuck again. Y'all get to know each other more, and the more you learn about each other, the less attracted you are to them sexually. And then now you're just like, yeah, nah. Like 5 years go by, 6 years go by. Yeah, you never fucked again. You never thought about fucking again. You look back and you're like, damn, we really did fuck, whatever. But
I know
Yo,
somebody that
it's like,
has done that.
So
when you do that, that could become truly a platonic, great friendship.
yeah, I just want to say now that we talk about time a little bit. You feel me? So
Yeah.
this is a little bit off topic, but y'all know y'all could get same day marriages,
Same day.
same day
I mean,
marriages.
you
go
go to the
Vegas.
courthouse.
Yeah, it's
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured that out. That is crazy.
yeah.
But that like kind of ties into what you're saying, because like, what if you just meet a female, right? You say I'm in love with this John,
You meet a
like
stripper in
you in
Vegas.
love with this
Yeah.
John, like she a stripper, whatever. Y'all trying to get married the next week, next day, next like you feel me? Time doesn't matter to you then.
Not necessarily, because like, all right, for example,
Not
right,
because I was drunk.
you can meet a girl, get to know
What
her,
if he wasn't drunk?
marry her 2 weeks
Let me
later,
know
and
this
be
is-
together for 30 years. That type shit happens. Or you could get to know a girl, be in a relationship with her for 10 years, and then you finally like, fuck it, I'm gonna pop the
What's
question.
within that
get
30
divorced
years
in
though,
2.
like the first year was y'all arguing. You feel me? What's in with
And that's the person to
What's in?
person.
You feel
I'm
me?
with you there.
What's in?
That's that person to person dynamics within a relationship.
But that's kind of off topic. So
I feel you. I feel like we covered most of it. Like, so at the end of the day, I feel as though the only way a man and a woman can have a truly platonic relationship, friendship, is if both of them look at each other and would never do anything sexual based on the definition of platonic. I think it's easier to sum it up as they need to look at each other as family, and they have to be a good family that doesn't like incest. So as long as you're agreed that, yeah, I would never do anything sexually with you, I don't think of you sexually.
yeah.
That I feel like that's the most important, where like me and Josh had gotten into that line where it was like, I don't think of you sexually. I don't desire you sexually. When you get to that point, you can have a truly platonic friendship with the opposite sex.
Could you imagine?
But you said earlier like that's not platonic. Even though if you like thought in the first minute like, oh, I would fuck this John, and then a year later y'all friends. You
Yeah.
said that's not platonic.
No. I said if you get to that point where you're like, yeah, nah, I would never fuck, and then you look back on your situation like, damn, we did that.
Oh,
like that.
okay. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you get to that
Okay.
point where you would never again, y'all both understand that, then you can have a truly amazing platonic friendship.
I feel that. Okay,
Outside of
okay.
that, friendship is still friendship. So don't look at the word platonic and feel the need to attach it to your friendship and feel dirty without it. You don't need to have a platonic friendship. That doesn't mean, like, if a guy tried to fuck you, ladies, whoever female is watching this, if a guy tried to fuck you and you turned him down and y'all became friends afterwards, it doesn't mean that he's just trying to fuck you. He might genuinely care about you. More than likely, he still wants to fuck you, even if he does genuinely care about you. And if he looks at you like a sister, if he put you in the sister zone, you know it's platonic on his side.
I feel iffy about that.
I'm not all the
feel-
way there, but
I feel
I'm
iffy about
I'm
that.
yeah,
I
I'm with
don't
you on
know.
some parts.
I don't know.
I just think that at the end of the day, guys, it's, for my platonic friend, like I said, I don't see her sexually. I think we can continue being friends. In my current situation, I do think it's tough to inform my significant other of this friend.
Do you
But
think that friend looks at you sexually?
No.
Positive.
oh yeah,
Okay. Because if she did, it's still not platonic, even though it's not you that has.
but keep in mind how many of us are out here thinking about what the other person's thinking about.
I would hope more. I'm always
I
thinking
mean,
about
Because
it.
I don't. Because listen,
Once
I've also agreed to make this friendship platonic. I don't care about whether or not you're thinking about fucking me or not. Because once I've already
But
made a conclusion,
if
I don't
they,
care.
If they're thinking about fucking you, your friendship still isn't platonic. You can control your actions, but we said,
just know
she's
that I'm gonna keep saying it is because in my mind it is.
You should, because
Yeah.
if that's how you feel, it is. But that is the issue, right? Because you said, in my mind, it is.
How you feel is how you feel.
You can't say that. You can't say, in my mind, it is.
That's
Because
not
at the end of the
general.
day, if she don't feel the same way you feel, it's not platonic.
Yeah.
I would have to
So
really
your
hear from
significant
her.
other, your
to
significant
know,
other
like,
would be justified in feeling a way. Because you
Yeah.
could tell her, like, yo, I don't fuck with her. I would never fuck her.
Mm-hmm.
But if she wants to fuck you, your significant other has a right to feel a way.
Yeah.
Because you're not in a platonic friendship and you're not acknowledging that it's strictly platonic. You might feel that, but on her side it isn't. So are you not going to acknowledge that you're in this relationship with somebody who wants to fuck you or would be open to fucking you? It's the same reason dudes feel insecure. That's what the term "a shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on." That's only because a lot of these relationships ain't platonic. A girl isn't gonna go fuck her brother. So when you get into an argument and when you get into an argument,
Nice catch.
yeah, thank you. But when you get into an argument and you run off and you do whatever, you're not gonna fuck your brother. You're gonna fuck that guy that you were friends with, that you feel comfortable with when you're vulnerable. Of course, you're gonna feel comfortable with your friends when you're vulnerable. You're gonna feel comfortable with your family when you're vulnerable, ideally. But you're not gonna fuck your family.
No, sir.
But you might fuck your non-platonic friend.
Yes, sir.
You never acknowledged that the relationship wasn't platonic, but you might fuck them.
Subconsciously. Yes,
So
sir.
since we all currently
did.
have
Yes, sir.
what, I know I wouldn't because I've already said that. But would you guys have a platonic friend for a whole few years, even though you guys both understood that you guys nothing was gonna do anything, but then all of a sudden she's into you and now she wants to fuck? Are you guys fucking?
No.
If it's a platonic friendship on your side, bare minimum, you're not gonna fuck her.
Yes, sir. I was about to say the same
My
thing.
bad. I'm sorry I cut you off.
Kind
like
of same
that.
thing.
No, but what if all of a sudden she changed her mind?
If it's platonic on your
On
side,
your end, you're not
you've
gonna
already
fuck.
passed that.
You're not gonna fuck at all.
You got to the point of I would never fuck. Like that's the key. And honestly,
right.
if she were to randomly pop up and say, "Yo, let's fuck," it was never platonic on her side.
Because technically that it had to get there somehow.
I had to get it. You have to get past the thoughts of fucking to have a platonic friendship with a female.
So like this.
You gotta get
so
past it. Yeah.
There's females right now that I'm seeing in my grade that I grew up with, 22 years old with 4 children and shit, right?
Yeah.
This goes on the same topic though.
Yeah.
But like, so you get with this girl and shit, right? Or no, not even that. You friends with this girl, right? she trying to fuck or whatever, and you know damn well you not trying to just because of like how many kids she
Right.
got and
She
all
too
that
fertile.
shit. Like, like it's just like I don't know.
It's a whole conversation.
It's a
right
whole.
Yeah.
But this is what's happening
there. Yeah,
now.
you're right.
This is what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Girls from 17 years old are having 1-year-olds. Like, come on now. They're like from 22. I'm seeing 4 children. That's like what the
That's
fuck?
wild.
That's wild as shit. They in my grade, bro. I'm only 22, bro.
These kids gonna be grown by the time
That's crazy.
Most people have their kids, and then they'll be grandparents before you know it.
Bro, these hoes is horny out here.
Grandparents in their 40s.
It's not
That's a
even
whole
like.
nother. That's a whole nother topic. For real.
I feel like it's not because like.
There's a lot
OnlyFans-
of relations to that. I do see
Bro,
That's
that.
when
what
we get
about
into the
what about the
Kevin Samuels.
OnlyFans and shit? Like the platonic
man.
relationships and the OnlyFans. You see, the bitch got an OnlyFans, bro.
I feel all right.
Come on now.
We could do a whole nother episode on that, bro. Because I'm with you, but I'm with you. But
Come on,
that's
man.
a
This
whole
one's coming
nother
on
topic.
Come on.
But as of right now, I feel like that was pretty much it. Because when we ended our conversation last night on the whole platonic friendship part, right?
Yeah.
It came down to a disagreement with how to interpret the definition of platonic.
Okay.
Whereas I took it for face value. It says affectionate and intimate, but not sexual. So you can be affectionate with your friend, you can be intimate with your friend, but you cannot be sexual with your friend. When you think about them sexually, you're being sexual with your friend. Josh preferred if you fuck them and have sex with them, you're being sexual. That is where we disagreed. And we kind of just split there, and AJ agreed with me. I think Twan agreed with me for the most part. Was going back and forth. Sean agreed with Josh at first, but then he kind of saw the point because of his own relationships with certain females that he looks at like
Right.
family. And he got what I was getting at as far as platonic, not fucking, and so on.
Well, I just want to say, so when I said I agree with Josh, so say you have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
You with her for a year or whatever, and you know she has this friend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know the friend or whatever knows like he wants to fuck and shit, but your girlfriend and shit does not allow. She always shuts that shit down.
Yeah.
Always shuts that shit down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You feel me? So in your mind as the boyfriend, that's not a platonic relationship.
Not at all. Not at all.
At all. Just because on that one side, he's like, you feel me?
He want to fuck.
He want to fuck,
Trying
but
to
she's shutting that shit down. That's still entertaining because she's still like, you feel me?
Agreed.
Still texting at the same time.
Yep.
So like,
At that point, you just have to go to the man and be like, "Yo, what you
No,
doing, bro?"
fuck that. You never go to the man because you're not in a
you
relationship
always
with
go
that
to
man.
the John. Yes, sir.
You're
Oh,
not
I'm
in a
sorry. I
You're in a
thought you
relationship
said.
with the John.
I thought you said the guy and the girl in a relationship and she had a man. That was in a platonic.
no,
relationship.
No, you're the man.
You're in a
And
relationship with a
she's in
girl,
a
and the
so-called
girl got a friend
platonic.
that wants to fuck her.
Yeah,
She entertaining that man.
Mm-hmm.
she's entertaining it.
That's like how I said about if you guys are with your girls and she's wearing what she's wearing and some dude
That's
look at her
different.
ass.
No,
No.
that's
That's
different because you allow her, like not even allow because I don't want to say
You
like,
out with her.
like you
out with her. She
fucking
dressed
own
up
her.
like
Well,
that for
I
you,
see what you're
low-key.
saying.
You don't own
my
no
point of
woman,
it is
nah,
like
fuck
because it all depends on how she reacts to that too. Because even though we still let them go out like that, she still has the objective to protect herself by her showing you respect by not acknowledging these people. Same thing with this guy being in a relationship.
Yeah.
The girl knows somebody. He trying to fuck, but she has to respond to something. Now, if she's responding back to him,
But
she's in the wrong.
No, but she friends with him.
She's friends with him, but if she's also hitting him up, because remember you said one side was platonic, one side wasn't.
Say what?
Remember you said, well, it was you that said one side wasn't or one side was. That was platonic. If the guy is still trying to fuck,
Yeah, it's not platonic. It's when you know the guy is trying to
Yeah.
fuck. No, that's not platonic, and he's actively trying to fuck.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like you gotta go talk to the girl because she's the one hitting him up too.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She's the one going doing the wrong. That's what I'm saying when I talked about being out and the guy hollers at her and she's the one talking back. You talk to her because why are you talking to this man?
Why at all?
Why at all? There's any, I mean, is there a reason? Is it behind it? If not, then what are you doing?
If you don't have a kid with this nigga,
Yeah,
I feel that.
it's
If you
like,
don't have a kid with this nigga,
if
at
there's no
all.
relationship, there's no connection. Why are you talking to this person?
And that's really the only relationship I will see if you have a kid with this nigga. That's the only relationship. Like I can't see is if he bought you a car or some shit, because then you could hustle the bills on your own.
Yeah,
you feel
a
me?
child is the only thing that
Like,
should ever connect two
only.
people if they ever choose to break up
Only.
and not be with each other.
Yeah.
Only.
There's really
Only
there's
thing.
no reason around that.
Unless you get divorced in a
Other
no
than
fault
that,
state.
it's cheating. I
You're
would say.
fucked.
Other than that, it's cheating.
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
say.
but I mean, overall,
If it's no communication, let me
I
say
think
that.
with everything said, I think we can. I can conclude on my opinion where it's like we can have them, as long as the people around us are cool with having them, and as long as you don't think anything sexually, then you're good, and the other person as well.
Right.
And it is something that is an issue with girls and guys. If it's the girl that has it, the acceptance rate is what really fucks it up. Because at this point, you can have a girlfriend and then she finds out that you've been hanging out with this girl that you are sexually not attracted to, and get pretty pissed off at the fact that, well, wait a minute, who the fuck is this bitch? And that's just the life we live today.
So we all basically basing it off of communication, really.
Yeah, it's all communication.
That's really what it comes down to.
Because at this point, you have to say what you have to say, and that person has to be okay with it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Well, yeah.
That's your other half. You gotta think of it like that. If you have a girlfriend and she has a platonic friend, that's your other half. Y'all in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
If y'all trying to get babies together, y'all trying to build a house together, y'all trying, you feel me, build a career together.
Yeah.
That's your other half, bro.
I'm with you.
You feel me? So that's communication. That's not even like everybody talks to themselves. You feel me? Everybody, even if it's in your head, you always have thoughts. That's talking to yourself.
Right.
That's your other half. That is yourself, my nigga. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
That's some real
I'm with
shit.
you. Nah, I'm with you
Communication.
there.
That's that part of the where we say no bullshit in our beautiful
no
podcast.
bullshit. Communication.
So
It really.
no, please go ahead.
It really do come down to communication, right?
Yep.
And one, you gotta be able to accept information without reacting too quickly, without reacting from a point of misunderstanding. You have to clarify at all points. You have to ask the right questions, and you have to tell the right information to who you're communicating with. So, concluding, everybody's going to feel how they want to feel about their friendships, especially when it comes down to friendships between men and women.
For sure.
But as men, I feel like we need to continue to be more honest. And women need to continue to open their eyes a little bit.
I feel like we are honest though.
No,
Like,
I
most
said,
guys
but
are
we need to
honest.
we have to continue to be honest. But women, a man, right? And I saw this. It was a different video from the one that sparked the idea for this topic. But the specific video was a guy doing street interviews, but he was going to a college and he was interviewing different girls on the campus, right? And he was asking them, do they feel like men and women can have platonic relationships? He asked men, he asked women. The men were saying no. They didn't feel like men and women can have platonic relationships. This is multiple people across this college campus. The women said yes. The men were asked if your platonic, if your female friends were to hit you up trying to have sex with you, would you be down? The men, majority, said yes. The women were asked if you were to hit up one of your platonic male friends and asked him to fuck, do you think he would or wouldn't? Most of them took longer to respond. Some walked away, and some tried to cap.
I feel like that
Women
falls
are in
into
denial.
93% though.
It do well because it's the way
I see your reason
it's
behind
it's
that.
the way
I can
they
see
force
it.
the narrative. It's the way they force the narrative, right? So within that, most women understand to a point that these men would fuck you, and you're choosing not to, whereas they have the power in this scenario.
Okay.
They are choosing not to fuck, but they know they could if they told you, let's fuck. They are accepting your friendship and probably enjoy your friendship. But, like I was saying before, how if you're open to fucking, you treat a woman different. You give certain validation.
Mm.
That validation you gives them is part of the reason why they are entertained by your friendship.
Mhm.
You might be enjoying the friendship for other reasons. You're not actively thinking about fucking. You're not like any of that. So you're good. But the fact that most of these women are saying, yeah, I can have platonic male friends. And then moving forward and saying, would they fuck you? And most of them acknowledging that most of their friends would fuck them.
It's not platonic.
That's a dissonance there
Mhm.
between reality and the definition of the words.
Yeah.
The definition is non-sexual. If you are calling these men your platonic male friends and you know they would fuck you, that adds the sexual. You don't have platonic male friends. You keep them around and you tell yourself it's platonic because you're not fucking them. Whole time they want to fuck you. You're ignoring that and saying, yes, I have platonic male friends. No, you don't.
Nah.
If they
Not
want to
at all.
fuck you, if they would
That's
fuck
his side
you,
nigga.
no, because they wouldn't fuck those niggas. You're not gonna fuck him, so you think it's platonic.
Bro, a side
Even though he
nigga
wanna
doesn't
fuck
mean
you.
you had to fuck him. A side nigga could be a nigga that get you fucking meals every day, fucking food. You feel me? A side nigga could be
On this channel, we
you
call
feel me?
those
You feel
niggas
me?
simp niggas.
Simp
feel me?
niggas?
Beta blue simps.
What the fuck?
Simp and side is the same thing. It's a
Yeah, I feel you.
motherfucking
Where the hell did that name come
synthesis.
A simp,
It's
a simp,
motherfucking-
a simpleton, a fucking
Oh my
motherfucker that like a simp is what I used to be. Real shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the girl tell you she don't feel away, or she tell you to wait because she dealing with a nigga, and you sitting there whole time she's still with the nigga, and you just there waiting. She know how you feel. And you doing
That's
it.
why.
That's some simple
Listen,
shit.
I've
That's
seen.
some simp shit.
I've been seeing this video on TikTok
Go get your
constantly.
dick
where-
sucked by another hoe. Fuck that
That's a
bitch.
fact.
there's this video I keep seeing on TikTok that a lot of people must see is where it says a girl will talk to like 7 guys, hang out with 4,
And then date one.
date 2 but sleep with 1, and I'm just
she
like,
probably
what?
fucking 4 of them niggas nowadays.
Nowadays,
You got times that shit by 3.
Maybe 3. Maybe 3.
If she say she got 5 bodies, times that shit by 3. She got 15.
most people are off 2 days out the week, so I'm pretty sure there's at least 2 motherfuckers that are out there.
Shit, she got
Yeah.
1 for each.
times
day.
that shit by 3. And
Backup
that's all I'm
plan. Hey,
saying.
you busy?
All right,
Nah. All right, bet.
let's stop the women hate though.
You
Nah,
said
of course.
But all right, so I feel like we've concluded this topic for the most part. I felt like this was important to document because a lot of dudes might know in their heart what they feel
Yeah.
in regards to their female
Yeah.
friends,
Absolutely.
but they never consciously think about the definitions of the words we use and how that implies certain things and what we actually feel on a deeper level.
Mhm.
Because when I use the term platonic, most people just think, oh, yeah, I'm not fucking, like, we're just friends. But, okay, you understand how you are with your friends. And
Yeah.
what certain generalizations do you put on your male friends versus female friends? And you're saying, oh, well, she a female, so I'm going to treat her different. Opposed to I would treat her
To
different.
be honest, there is no difference between a female and a male platonic friendship. Like me and you
There
have
shouldn't
platonic
be. I'm with
friendship.
you. Well,
I don't
I
think
agree.
about fucking you.
I
Like,
agree.
come on, you
I agree.
feel
I
me?
agree.
Like, you feel me? Like, there's no difference.
So most people don't apply the term platonic.
I feel that. I feel that.
And that's where it comes down. And I agree with everything you just said because if there's no difference between a platonic male-male relationship and a platonic male-female relationship, at the end of the day, it's platonic. But when you just drop it at the word friendship, 2 heterosexual males are gonna have a platonic friendship.
Yeah.
We don't put the word platonic in front of that because they're 2 straight males. we don't talk about that. Two straight males aren't going to have sex with one another by choice.
Mm.
So within that, it's obviously platonic. I could
I
hug
don't.
you
I
and
don't
you
even
down.
think. I don't even think anything about the word platonic when it comes to two guys, though.
But no, but platonic is, and it's
It's the
specifically
same-
between
Same
heterosexual.
thing, though.
It
Like,
is. I
Eh,
just,
you have to
Same
be
thing,
you
though.
have to be straight.
if you look at the
within
word,
that.
yeah, technically it is
Yeah.
the same.
But
But
he's
ask
looking
any
at
guy,
definition.
and ask any straight guy, and be like, well, tell me, how many male platonic friends do you have?
Mhm.
How long is it gonna take them to answer that question?
0, nigga.
Well,
Fucking what?
Well, no, you would say all of
What?
them for the most. If you're two straight guys, you're gonna say all of your
0
male friends.
seconds, nigga.
All of your male friends are platonic friendships. But then I don't want to say it like and specify it to the being straight part, because that doesn't mean that, like, if you got two gay dudes or two gay females, that doesn't mean that they can't have a platonic friendship, because that goes
Yeah,
into
no, that does go
not
into it.
everybody is attracted to everybody.
I guess I just never really think about it when it comes to my male friends, because it's like they're just my friends. I don't.
because you're a straight,
I
you're a
guess,
heterosexual
yeah, you're right.
cisgender
You're right.
male.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
when we get into the female part, we ignore certain aspects like that. That's kind of part of the whole, men and women are the same. We can do all the same things. We're like equal. We're blah blah blah. Like, we fucked each other up with that because we try to treat each other the same when we naturally respond to different things.
Yes, sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
I just count it down to communication for real, for real.
communication,
That's what I say.
yeah.
What it
I'm with you,
concludes
man.
to is communication.
communication, guys, and don't let that shit fall, because it's important.
I'm with you.
So, with that being said,
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. So that's another one for you. It's the big cat. No bullshit.
you already know.
Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. If you agree with us, comment. If you
don't,
disagree, if you disagree
yeah, if
with
you
us,
don't,
comment.
I mean, let us know
I
too.
love it when people talk shit, and nobody's talked shit to me so far. So
We're doing something right, I
please
guess.
do. If you got a topic that you think we should discuss, please put it down.
Yes, sir.
We'll think
we
about
on-
it, but
like-
we'll make it work.
Like, peep the Instagram, the Big Cat or Big Cat _NBS. Check out the Big Cat Reacts. We doing the movie reviews and we doing the breakdowns and whatnot. So this is another one.
Thank you, guys.
Deuces.
You already know.